All right, lads, welcome back to me podcast, Cheaper Than Therapy. Mick Thomas here. How are you? Thanks for liking, subscribing, and sharing, and all of that stuff. I appreciate you very, very much so. It's a weird fucking week. Like I don't know what's going on with this whole 7-day period from the last time I recorded my show. People are fucking delusional, man. You know, people are fucking Look at this. If you're listening to this, episode might be outdated, but that's kind of why I keep telling you to go to my YouTube page, where you get this kind of pretty much early on, and the topics aren't really that out of date. So maybe head over to the YouTube, right? You'll get to see the pearly whites. Head over there maybe. Subscribe to it. Then you get more up to date, and it's more timely, and it feels topical, right? When I talk about shit. But anyway, this week has been fucking bananas, hasn't it though? Like, I mean, for me personally, for certain personal reasons, and for like what's happening within the world as well. It started off this week with this old lady. I go boxing, right? And this old lady, she goes to the gym, bless her, and she's 76 years of age. And this is where like it started for me, for fucking delusional people. 76 years of age, going boxing, good for you, right? Strong Island boxing, I suppose. And she does a great workout, and she goes, I'm 76. I have the body of a 76-year-old, but I have the mind of a 22-year-old. I said, no, you don't. I said it. I said, no, you don't. You have the mind of a 76-year-old because you think it's the mind of a 22-year-old. That's how I know it's the mind of a 76-year-old. It's called dementia, love. That's what that is. Just delusional behavior. And then on top of that, like my go to take my fucking son to school, right? And I drop him off at Before Care. Before Care means they'll babysit my kid. I pay for the service because I got shit to do in the mornings. I got to get my daughter to another school. So it wakes up in the morning, he's got a headache. He's fucking faking it. I know he's faking it, but you got to give him the benefit of the doubt, right? So I go, look, here's what's going to happen. I'm going to fucking drop you to school. You're going to go to the nurse, and you're going to have a fucking headache. And then I'm going to have to come in the middle of my morning and pick you up, and you're going to disrupt shit. Are you sick or are you not sick? That's all you fucking get. So I take him to school. 9:30, I get a phone call. You got to go pick him up. He's got a fucking headache. And I go, motherfucker. So I go over to the school, pick him up. I got shit to do. And I'm standing there, and now the nurse, because you have to wait outside the building now because it won't let you in anymore, right? Which is fine. Like, they could let you in if you fucking were a school shooter. But because of COVID now, you can't get in the door. So I go in, I knock on the fucking window. I'm here to pick up, say my son. And they go, all right, no problem. We'll be out in a second. So then the nurse comes down, and the nurse sees the two security guards. They're talking about their weekend. What they were doing. My son is sitting right fucking there. I can see him through the glass. So I'm getting annoyed now. I'm like, look, I get it. You come down, you see someone, you chat with him, 2 or 3 minutes go by, and you go like, all right, let me, how was your weekend? Good. How was fuck it, whatever. And I start knocking on the window like a crazy person. I go, that's him. Can I just take him? Can I have him? You catch up with your weekend later. Give me him. I have shit to do. I'm fucking literally saying this because I'm losing my mind now with these people. These fucking delusional fucks who think that, that's not a problem. People don't have shit to do. I go, can I have him? Then she opens the door. She comes out and she goes, there's your son. He has a headache. And I go, all right, I'll take him home. Thanks very much. She goes, he can't come back to school now for 10 days. I go, fucking what? Yeah, because we don't know if that's COVID or not. I go, it's a fucking headache, love. It's a fucking headache. I didn't say fucking, but in my mind I was thinking, but it's a headache. Yeah, but headaches are one of the symptoms of COVID. And I go, fuck me. I go, so he's not allowed back in. I go, no, he's not allowed back in unless he comes back with a test saying he doesn't have COVID. So I go, fuck me. And I go, do I go take him to a doctor's now to get a test? Do I leave this little cunt home for fucking 10 days? So I go home and I beat him up for a bit, right? I smack him around a bit for wasting my time. Good forearms in there. I choke him out till he passes out. Didn't happen. Joking. Relax. Get off the phone with your fucking, get off Childline or whatever. Who do you call her in America for when you batter kids? I don't know. 1877 cars for kids. I don't know fucking who you call. So I go to the doctor's now, and I got to drive fucking 40 minutes to the doctor's office. I go in there, I sit there, and the doctor comes out to me, and she goes, listen, here's what happens. Like, see, this is the thing about the doctor, I like her, right? She comes up and she goes, next time your son is sick, say he has a toothache. No matter what it is, say he has a toothache. Because they can say a headache is part of COVID. So these fucking school nurses, who are nobodies, by the way. If you're a school nurse, it's not a job, right? It's not a job. They probably need it. Like, you do nothing. You do nothing apart from hand out Band-Aids. That's all you do. And you're not a real nurse, so stop pretending you're a real nurse. You're not I mean, they say nurses are heroes. I don't get that one either, but apparently nurses are heroes now, right? We're supposed to worship the nurse. That's fine. If you're a nurse, good for you. We're supposed to worship you, apparently. So, but school nurses, you're not nurses. So stop pretending that you're nurses, because you're fucking not that. When you drive by with your husband somewhere and you see on a lawn signs up, nurses are heroes. That's a thing on Long Island where they've got sign, nurses are heroes. And don't point to your husband and don't point to the sign and go to your husband. That's for me. You're a school nurse. You're not a nurse. You're barely a member of staff. You're barely a person, right? Because now what you do is you get these checklists that you got to go through, and you go, does he have a fever? Does he have a headache? Does he have the chills? My son had the chills. You know why? Because this fucking cunt turned the air conditioner on and let him sit by the air conditioner in the middle of February. In the middle of fucking February. And so they ask the question, do you have a headache? Yes, he's faking the headache. I know he's fucking faking. I know him 11 years. I know him a lot longer than you, bitch. Ticks the box headache. Do you have any chills whilst sitting on a fucking air conditioner? Yes, I have chills. Must be fucking COVID. So the doctor told me that that's what these nurses do. I'm doing air quotes again, the famous air quotes. That's what these nurses do. They go down the list and they go, all right, you know, do you have this, that, the other? Then COVID. Like, they're making a difference. Like, remember, like, after 9/11, all the TSA, those fat fucks just sitting there doing nothing, the miserable fucks. Now they became the heroes. They were, like, stopping 9/11 every day from happening. Like, it's a good job I stopped you taking in your fucking shampoo, because you were about to, weren't you? I stopped 9/11. And they go home to their unfuckable partners and they talk about how they stopped another 9/11. And that's what these fucking school nurses are, right? You're fucking nothing. You're delusional, right? More delusional. This is funny to me. This is very funny to me. Lady Gaga, I call it. I say it differently. Lady Gaga had her dog stolen, right? And it made the news. Not only did it make the news, right? But, let me back up. First of all. Lady Gaga, as we all know, is a superstar, right? Superstar. You may have known her from such songs as Who Gives a Fuck? And you've seen her in that I Don't Give a Shit, right? Loves the meat dresses, loves dresses, weird, right? Lady Gaga, right? I liked her in A Star Is Born. I'm not gonna lie about that. I'll give her props where props are due. Great job in Star Is Born, Lady Gaga. But so her dog walker was out walking her dogs. Strange, she's not walking them, whatever, right? Kind of celebrity passing the buck. And someone struggled trying to get the dogs. He was fighting. He got boom. He got shot, and they stole the dogs and they left. Now, so let's talk about that part for a second. So first of all, your dogs were dognapped. Now, who's taking dogs anymore? I didn't know that was a thing. I thought that was like Cruella de Vil did that, right? Cruella de Vil was the one who stole dogs. As far as I know, I didn't know they were going after Lady Gaga's dogs. And first of all, Lady Gaga, they're not dogs, right? They're small things. Anything that's this size, and I'm doing it on a screen, you would see if you're subscribed to my YouTube channel. Anything that is not a dog, it's basically a ferret. You might as well just be getting a cat at that stage, right? You might as well just have a cat and say, I'm walking my cats. Because small dogs are not really dogs. Girls usually get them. And girls, your small dogs are annoying. I used to hook up with this girl who always had small dogs. And the dogs would jump on the bed. And when you're fucking and fooling around and stuff, the dogs would be trying to either hump you, lick you, or bark at you. And she'd be like, oh, isn't it adorable? No, it's not. I want to fucking punt that little thing against the wall. Girls, you know what I'm talking about. There's a bunch of you laughing. There's a bunch of men punching the steering wheel as you're driving somewhere going, holy fuck, that's like her and this dog princess. Right? Little dogs, they ain't dogs. They ain't dogs, and that's it. They're not fucking dogs. So, right, and then your man will come over, ladies, and they'll go like, oh, but you like my dogs, don't you, honey? And he goes, yeah, I do like it. Well, because we're not assholes. We don't dislike, we're not cruel. We don't dislike animals, right? We just fucking like, we like your dog is not a dog, though. When we come over, we want to see a German Shepherd or a fucking Rottweiler. We go, yeah, that's a dog. And I want to feel like an alpha male. So when the dog comes over to me, I'm like, see, there's a fucking wolf there. That's a fucking wolf from evolution right there in front of you. And he likes me. And that's the type of dogs we like. We don't like your small dogs. We say we do, but we don't. They're not dogs. So stop calling them dogs. Anyway. So someone shot this guy. He's not dead. They shot him and took Lady Gaga's dogs. As of right now, there's been no ransom that I've heard of, right? So I don't know. Again, this podcast is kind of timely. So it might, by the time you listen to this, it might always be resolved, and I'm just an idiot staring at us, shouting into a fucking vacuum. So Lady Gaga. Now, again, let's talk about Lady Gaga for a second, right? We all know her as an amazing celebrity, but also, for those of you who don't know, she was an advocate, a hardcore advocate to defunding the police, right? Ironic. Lady Gaga wanted to defund the police. She wanted the cops vamoose, right? Now, this is the thing about people who I believe people who wanted the cops defund, like people who defunded the police, never needed the police, or else they always dealt with the police. Two types of people, I feel, that have wanted the police to defund the police. The one, people who've never ever needed police. Oh yeah, that sounds like terribleness. Get rid of the police. Have you ever needed them? Never. Get rid of the police, because I don't need them. I don't like condoms for me. If you said, let's get rid of condoms, I go, fuck it. All right. But what if you get rid of all the condoms, right? Then you could have, unwanted pregnancies. STDs would be on the rise. The population, we'd all pay for that. Yeah, but it doesn't affect me. I don't care. I don't care. I got the snip, mate. I don't give a shit. I don't care. Get rid of condoms if you want. Defund the condoms. Right? But if you need condoms, then you're going to want the condoms. Right? So you can't do that. I know some of you are laughing at how I say condom. Right? My daughter laughs every time I try to give her a sex education talk. She goes, condoms. It's condom. DOM. Right? That's what it is. So people who want to defund the police are people who just never ever need the police, just like the condoms. Or else, like I said, the police are in your life a lot, if you know what I mean. You know what I mean, right? You know what I mean by that? Do you? Yeah, okay. So you know what I mean. So they usually want to defeat the police defunded. So now what? Who are you going to call now, Lady Gaga? Griff, the crime-solving dog? Why did you call him? Why didn't you call Bongo from 101 Dalmatians? I don't know any other crime-solving dogs. I'm sure you do. You could be yelling them at me. Why don't you call one of those people? Oh, no, you don't. You have to call the police. You would fucking think, right? You would think Lady Gaga would call the police. But no. No. First of all, nobody gives two fucks about this dog walker. We don't know his name even. We don't even know what he looks like. Right? We don't know anything about this poor person, this poor guy that got shot for Lady Gaga's dogs. We know about the dogs. There's a reward for finding the dogs, $500,000. No reward for shooting him, a fucking measly dog walker. Let's not get a reward for finding the guy who fucking got shot, the shooters of this guy. Let's get a $500,000 award for fucking the dogs. This is fucking delusional. This woman who doesn't believe in the police. And what happens if you don't believe in the police and you're a celebrity? You go one above the police, don't you? The fucking FBI are involved. The FBI are now involved in solving the crime of who took Lady Gaga's dogs. The FBI. Now, if TV and movies have lied to me, which I don't believe they ever have, the FBI are the cream of the crop when it comes to finding things, right? Let's look at The Sopranos. They brought down crime bosses. The FBI helped bring down Al Qaeda terrorists. FBI in the show Homeland, right? What else have the FBI have stopped fucking murderers? They have X-Files. They're FBI. They're stopping aliens acting the cunts. FBI. But now what are they doing? What are you doing now, FBI? You're helping Lady Gaga find her dogs. Well, Godspeed, FBI. I hope you drop everything, drop all those important files that you're working on, and go straight to Lady Gaga and find her 2 dogs. They're not dogs, they're fucking ferrets. They're just ferrets. I saw them. They're those ugly ones where the dogs can't breathe properly. They're not dogs. They're not fucking dogs. That's it. That's right. Fucking delusional people. People all this week have been delusional. Everywhere I turn, fucking delusion. J-Lo! I saw that! J-Lo! Right? She put out an article today. Relationships are no good for you. Which kind of, I guess, hey, I'm not against you. But then she says you should not settle with, no, she goes, anybody under the age of 33 is useless in a relationship. Those are her words. We're going to take relationship advice from a fucking bitch that collects more stones than fucking Thanos did on the Infinity Gauntlet? Snap. Right? That bitch was fucking racking up rings. She's had more marriages than anybody. And you're going to take advice from her? What is a good catch and what's a good mix for you? Don't go for anyone under the age of 33 years of age. Listen, don't go for anybody. Right? Don't go for anybody. My friend Rodney Laney, comedian, said a marriage license is the only license that doesn't expire. Maybe it should. Maybe people should fucking review it or renew it. Maybe. Right? Fucking J-Lo. Get the fuck out of here. Dr. Seuss is in trouble. Dr. Seuss, he's dead. Died at 87 in the year 1991. Died of cancer, I believe. Died of cancer. Virginia took him off the curriculum from school for having racial undertones. All right, there's a lot of things wrong with that. Number one, Virginia, really? You're the ones that are coming forward about racism? Wow. I thought you were fucking, you're in the South, man. I thought you guys were the ones ringing the fucking racist bell and loving it. I just thought so, but hey, good for you for being forward and, cancelling a fake universe of where there's no species. Made up species. Made up species are being racist to other made up species. What the fuck, lads? What the fuck is wrong with everybody? The only thing Dr. Seuss is in trouble for is when full-blown retards like me have to go to your kid's school and read out aloud. I cannot read aloud. One of the reasons why, no bullshit, one of the reasons why I do not do advertisements on the show, I've turned them down. Well, the money wasn't great on them, but I don't want to subject you people. But I cannot read aloud. I stutter. And I'm supposed to read "There's a Wocket in my pocket." That's what Dr. Seuss should fucking be in trouble for. Writing tongue twisters and expecting us to read them out loud and sound like fucking retards in front of our children. Racial undertone. They're made up species. Made up species. That's like saying the 2 robots in Star Wars, C-3PO and R2-D2, they're gay and they weren't allowed into that bar. Remember the one in fucking where Luke Skywalker goes in the first one, or the 4th one, whatever it's called. It's the 4th movie, but it's the first one. Like, fuck. Episode 4. And they just say to him, don't come in, they don't like your kind out here. Maybe Lucas wasn't talking about they don't like droids. Maybe he meant they don't like the gays in this bar. Because those robots, C-3PO is definitely gay. Oh my. Now, I'm not saying that's a stereotypical gay person, but it's a fucking stereotypical gay person. So maybe Lucas was like, these 2 fucking robots are definitely not allowed in there. Yeah, but maybe you can't say that, though. Maybe we can't say they're against gay people. Well, that's like, now would you complain about a galaxy far, far away, about fucking a bar full of monsters and other weird made-up aliens and other made-up characters like Jesus? Would you get mad? You're mad over racial undertone. What's the fucking undertone? What was said that was racist? It wasn't like, hey, here's one book called "There's a Wocket in my pocket." There was no fucking books called the across the lives in the digger, right? There was no... Oh fuck! If he said that, matter. So, if he said the blank that lives in the digger, right? Let's do that then. Or the fucking blank who sweeps a broom, right? If you said those were the names of your books or in some of your fucking nursery rhymes, by all means, throw the cunt in fucking cancel culture jail. But don't get mad at them for made up characters. Made up characters. And they're going to say, well, the illustrations were drawn. They were made up characters. The only thing that was real was the cat in the hat. But that was a talking cat in a fucking hat. That didn't live with human beings. He talked to everybody who lived on Whoville. You fucking idiots. And you went with it. What the fuck? Just delusion. My favourite part of delusion of this week was fucking, what's her name? Biden's girl. Rachel Levine. Rachel Levine, if I'm saying it right. She is the Secretary of Health. Weighing in at 280 pounds. She is your Secretary of Health, America. She is the one that's supposed to make everybody feel better and safe and healthy, right? That's her job. And a little bit of background about her. Trans person. Great. Progressive. Well done, Biden. I like that. You're all progressive. You're moving forward. I mean, I'm not saying there was more qualified candidates. I'm not saying that. And good for you. It's funny that the most qualified person for that job just happened to be a trans person. That's a hell of a coincidence. And great for you, right? That's not you trying to score brownie points at all. Not you doing that at all. But anyway, welcome aboard, Rachel Levine. I'm sure you are great about health. You weigh in 280 pounds, right? That's a good example for off the bat. I just think it's great. And what were the things you wanted to do this week that you said, which we can find, so you can Google that yourself, but I'm going to paraphrase. I wrote this down. She basically said that kids should be allowed to select their own gender. Right? No, not kids, children. Let me take that back, because sometimes you can call a kid 25-year-old. American girls will say that. Oh, I hugged up with this kid the weekend. I'm like, what? A kid? He goes, well, he's 27. Well, that's not a fucking kid, is it really? So they might say something like, yeah, well, I hooked up with this kid. So children, she said, children should be allowed to select their own gender without any parental consent. And not only that, the government should pay for it. Now, listen, children should be allowed to turn around and decide, go like, so if your child comes up to you at 9 years old, and they say to you, I want to be your son, if you have a son, and he comes up and he goes, I want to be a woman, Dad. And they go, well, maybe you'll grow out of it, son. Let's talk about that. No, I'm a woman now. I'm 9 years of age. I'm 9. Okay, now what's going to happen? I'm going to call Dr. Rachel Levine, and she is going to pay, the government's going to pay for me to lob my cock off, right? Well, first of all, son, you shouldn't use the word cock. But don't you have I had an imaginary friend at 9 years of age. His name was Milko. He was a right cunt, right? Only person who would kind of play at me when I was 9, really, because, I had a friend, another one died. It's a long story. But, yeah, Milko. Now, would I be the type of person that would be wise enough to make a decision enough to lob me cock and balls off? Would I? I don't know. But I had an imaginary friend called Milko. Do you understand what I'm saying? And I believed Milko was right with me. Like, I imagined so hard that he fucking existed. Would you let me bypass my parental consent? I wasn't allowed to get an earring when I was 15. 15 I wanted an earring. I got it done when I was 17 though. My dad didn't know, right? It was a dangly thing right there. The hole is still there. I still push a paperclip through once in a while to freak my kids out. Right? And I had to ask my permission to get a fucking earring. A hole in my ear. I had to ask permission to get a hole in my ear. And now this doctor, Rachel Levine, says, yeah, you don't need permission. You might need permission to get an earring, but you don't need permission to lob your cock off. That's what she's all about. Good for her. Fucking smart. Now, again, delusional. She'd walk up to someone, whoever her boss is. Is it Biden? We don't know. We don't know who's pulling the strings of that fucking puppet show. We don't know, right? Whose hand is up that muppet. We don't know, right? But when someone walks up to the boss and goes, I have an idea. Go ahead, Dr. Rachel Levine. I think, I'm horrible at impressions. I think that children, if they decide what gender they want to be, I think they should just get the cock taken off if they want to, change the gender, all the pills, get all this. And it's expensive. It's expensive, Dr. Rachel. hear me out. We pay for it. Oh, you mean taxpayers? Yeah, we pay for that. We should pay for all that. Again, I'm horrible at impressions. I'm sorry, I'm butchering it. Right? It's not all right. It's Matthew McConaughey. I don't think we should. I just see. I'm horrible at impressions. Yes, I think you should definitely not get the surgery because you're already a child and you may not make the right decisions. That's Bane, right? So I know you were probably thinking like that's probably Christopher Walken he was doing. No, that was actually Bane. So I'm horrible at impressions. That's the point. So you can't get offended about my Dr. Rachel Levine's impression. So yeah, she wants to get the knobs cut off by children. Like I'll make an example for you. I was 33 years of age. 33 years of age, and I got a tattoo. I have a few of them. I'm not going to say which one, and I regret that. I regret that tattoo. And if I went to my government and said, look, I got a tattoo, can you get it lasered off? It's $600 to get it lasered off. Could you do it for you? And they would go, no. I was 33 and I made a mistake of getting a tattoo. Wasn't a person's name that you might think, right? That's a common one. That just doesn't work out. It was a tattoo I got at 33 years of age, a grown man, facial hair, manscaping. Right? All the things a 33-year-old man should do. Same age I was when Jesus died. And I walked up and I said, put that on my body for life, please. And the guy in the tattoo shop looked at my thing and, really? That's what you want to get done? I went, yeah. And he went, all right. Even he said, are you sure? Because he's explained to me how tattoos work. He's like, they're permanent. I was like, I know. I know that. I say, all right. No problem. And he put it on me. Now I regret that decision, right? I regret that decision. I was 33, right? Almost 10 years ago, and I regret that decision. So what if I was 7? You think I'm in the right mindset at 7 to go in and get my dick cut off? And if I walked up and said, can I get my dick cut off? And the doctor said, yes, you can. You can cut your dick off and become a female. If you want to be a female, we support that. We support that if you want to be a female. And the doctor said that. Then the doctor went, this surgery is going to be $40,000. And I would go, I don't have $40,000 because I'm a 7-year-old, right? I can deliver newspapers. Can I mow your lawn for 82 years? Can I do your dishes? Is there any type of odd jobs I could do around the house? Like I could sell lemonade. I will sell, I will have jumble sales as they have in Wexford in Ireland. Yeah, a jumble sale. And they go, no, it's $40,000. We don't take kids' currency. But hang on a second, the government will pay for it. So I don't pay for it. I don't pay for the surgery because I can't afford it. 10 years go by, I'm 17, right? I'm great at math on this fucking show, aren't I? I'm 17. And now what happens? At the age of 17? I go, fuck, I like girls. Do you? Yeah, I like her. What do you mean? What do you like about her? Everything about her. The shape of her. Like when I was young, I kind of didn't. I thought I actually wanted to be one of them. But when I was young, I obviously realized when I looked at them, I was like, oh, I didn't understand that I wanted to just fuck them. I thought I wanted to be one. No, I realize now, 10 years later, I just wanted to sleep with them. Boy, am I glad I kept all the appendage that goes with that task. Thank God the doctor didn't take my lemonade money or my baba jobs around the house. Thank God the government didn't step in and pay for that right away, because I would have been fucked. Delusion! Fucking delusional people. That's all I'm trying to say. This week has been full of fucking delusion. Sorry, lads, I've been very angry on this episode. I do apologise. But I cannot thank you enough for liking, subscribing, sharing, coming back. Thanks for, me. I'm like one of those YouTube guys. Smash that like button. Subscribe for more content. But thanks very much, lads, for listening. I appreciate it. Sharing is caring, and I love that you do that. And send comments. Comment. If you don't like certain things, tell me. I won't change the content. I'm sorry. I am who I am. But if you don't like the sound, whatever, it's too long or it's too short. Not long enough. So too short means Mick. Anyway, listen, good luck to yourselves. Next week, By the time you listen to this, I'll be on the way to Myrtle Beach. If you're watching on YouTube, if you're listening, I'm back from Myrtle Beach. I'm at the Comedy Cabana on just Friday night only. I'm only doing a guest spot, so I'm just going to pop in and do one of those celebrity pop. You're here. What are you doing in this town? And then September 16th all the way through the 20th, I will be headlining Uncle Vinny's Comedy Club in New Jersey, Point Pleasant. And I'll be there with Joey Diaz will be there. So the very, very funny Joey Diaz lad. So thanks so much for listening, liking, subscribing, and sharing. I said all this. Fuck, I gotta go. Listen, take care of yourselves. And always wash your hands, you dirty fuckers. Good luck to you. Good luck to you.